Hello everyone and welcome back to this Next.js and Contentful tutorial series. In the previous videos, we managed to complete the search functionality of our job board and also some filtering functionality, so we can filter jobs based on salary range, experience level, job types, even with some tags. As you can see here, if I put the Tailwind CSS, we only get the job that is specific to Tailwind. If I remove, it's gone. You have the search also, so if I search Tailwind again, here we get the job that's only related to Tailwind, right? But at the moment, we have no ability to sort the jobs based on different criteria. Ideally, we would like to sort the jobs based on the company name, the alphabetic order, the date that the job was posted, and so on and so forth. And that's the purpose of this video. Okay, so we will create a function, all the functions to be able to sort the jobs and re-render this job listing based on the filtering criteria that is selected here. So without further ado, let's jump into VS Code and see how we're going to do that. The first thing I want to say is that during in the previous video, we added this sort filter here, but I think date posted, we can add a second one, not just date posted, but date posted ascending like this and date posted descending. Okay, so I'm going to add the two like this. All right, date posted descending. Okay, descending, what's wrong here? Oh yeah, I think I've removed this. All right, good. So now that we have this, all right, let's create some utility functions that will react. Basically, all we have to do is we already have the handler here. As you can see, at the moment, it's just doing an alert. If I go back to the code, to the demo, you see here we have an alert that is reacting to changes. So what we want to do obviously is to not alert, but create a function here that we're going to use here. And that function is going to change the sort order based on the filtering criteria that's been selected. And I think those functions could be reusable. Most likely, they don't necessarily need to be used only here because it's not only in the job form that we may need those functions. So I think the best place to put them is in our data layer, and these could be considered as not contentful specific. So I think we can add them at the top level of our data layer. Okay, so let's add a utils function here, and we can start by creating a function that will sort the jobs based on the company name. So let's do that. Export const sort jobs by company name. Okay, company name equals to, we're going to take as input the jobs. Okay, and obviously we don't want to override, because the sort function in JavaScript is in place, so we don't want to override the original list. I think it's just best practice to have pure functions as much as we can. So I'm going to create a copy of the sort of the jobs here with the spread operator, as you can see here, and then I'm going to sort them. Sorted.sort. If you want, we can call them sorted jobs. It's cleaner. Sorted jobs.sort, and then we pass in the sorting the sort function, right? It's just going to take two jobs as input and compare them based on different criteria. And if job1 dot company dot name, that's how we have our entities related. Then if that is lesser, then we return -1. Okay, means inequality. Else if okay, else if it's greater, then we return +1. Okay, otherwise we return obviously 0, right? And ultimately we return the list of sorted jobs. Sorted jobs, voila. Then we're going to use this function here. I'm going to import that here. Import sort jobs by company name. Wonderful. All right, now what we do is what we're going to do is use that function here, basically. So every time a job is every time the user selects something, what you want to do is we check that here like this. I think I'm going to remove the alert first of all, remove this, and I want to do that before changing the state. Okay, so I'm going to do that here. If new sort by equals to, what's the option here? I think it's company. So company, let's put that here. Very good. What do you want to do? Well, we simply want to get the new list of jobs. So the jobs equals to sort jobs by company name, and we pass in the jobs that we have as input. Okay, and then what do we do next? Obviously we call this function here, right? Set display jobs, and then sort the jobs. Wonderful. Let's see how this goes on the front end, and then obviously we make sure that the checkbox, the drop down is updated with the new sort by that is selected, which by default it's set to date posted. So let's put this to date posted ascending here. All right, so now we have it here like this. Let me refresh so we can see. If I select company, you see it changes the order, right? So if I change something else, obviously it doesn't do anything because those functions aren't implemented yet. So if I refresh again, so you see the order is currently like this, basically just as it's coming out of the database. Then if I click on company, bingo, and the order reorders, and it's ascending because this is a job posted by the company is Contentful, right? The company that posted this is Contentful, right? So it's alphabetical order, and this next company, if I sort again, this next company is Lifted Ventures, and this final company is Revolut, right? So it's the alphabetical order here of the company names. Okay, so let's add our next sorting operators. Obviously we want also to sort by date posted. Let's say salary ascending and salary descending. Let's do that next. I'm just going to copy this. Okay, I'm going to copy this, put it, oops, what have I done? I'm going to copy this and put it here like this. Sort by base salary, oops, salary, base annual salary. All right, and for this I want to get another parameter, which is basically the ascending parameter, and I'm going to give it a default value of true. Yeah, I think I'm going to give it a default value of true. Okay, so now same thing, we don't want to change the original list. Okay, we want to do that in a different list, but here what we're going to do instead is we're going to call a different parameter, and namely the base annual salary param on the job. Okay, do that the same thing here as well, obviously here too, and finally here. All right, but we have to take into account the ascending and descending, right? So if this is true, okay, if this is true, we want to sort by ascending true. So I'm going to be a bit dynamic here, add some dynamicity here. Basically, I'm going to assess if ascending is true, then what we want to do, obviously -1, otherwise 1. Okay, and we're going to do the reverse here. Ascending true, then we want to do 1, otherwise we want to do -1. Okay, so and that's basically going to change the order based on the criteria. So this function also we're going to import here like this. Okay, import the function here, and the next thing you want to do obviously is use the function based on the sorting order. So if, let me copy this as well, like this. I'm going to copy it 2 times, once, twice, change based on what is being selected. Okay, like this, and then this one, yeah, descending. Okay, and I'm going to sort by annual base salary. I'm going to pass in a different parameter here, ascending true in this case, and ascending false in this case. Okay, ascending false, right? Voila, let's see how it works on the front end. Okay, so now you can see the order of the salaries is quite random. So let's start by descending. Normally this one should be first now. Okay, so let's try that. And voila, it's the first, and then the next one, and so on and so forth. So yeah, we have all the right sort order, and in reverse, voila. So junior level jobs and so on up to senior level jobs, and normally the company sorting by company name should also still work. That's very good. And finally, let's implement the two last ones, date posted ascending and date posted descending. So let's do that, and it's going to be very similar to the base salary. So I'm just going to copy this. Okay, copy this, date posted, sort jobs by date posted. Okay, like this, voila. And we're going to do here date posted, like this, like this, like this. Obviously you can create a function that's going to be like take more parameters and be you can create a single function to deal with all of these, but I think it's going to be less clear to read. So okay, and then finally we want also to obviously import that function here like this. Oops, not that. This. Okay, we want to do that here, import that function like this. And finally, you want to copy this too. Okay, and add it here like this. And finally, we want to add date posted ascending instead here. Date posted descending here. Okay, and I'm going to change whatever it is that you're using here like this and like this. And let's go on the front end and see what we have. Let me refresh. Okay, and let's sort first by a salary ascending. Okay, very good. No, actually date posted ascending. You see, it shows the right order here, and now descending, and then the right order as well, right? So that's very good. And that's it really. We have added the sort filter as well. So I think now we have a very good functioning, well-functioning job board with pretty much everything that you will find on any professional job board on the internet, with Next.js and Contentful. So in the next few videos, we're going to now put our attention into moving this product to production by deploying it to hosting platforms like Vercel and Netlify, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you so far for following me in this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, bye.